Hey guys, how's it going? Tez back again with another episode of Sunderland Career Mode. Now obviously we're coming into this one on transfer deadline day, and absolutely nothing happened. Nothing came in, nothing went out, and as you can see, only £30 million was spent total in the Premier League on transfer deadline day, and it was just the odd deal here, the odd deal there, nothing really that stood out. So we came into the next game, which was the second round of the Capital One Cup, and considering we won it last year, I kind of want to focus on the FA Cup this year. So I'm just going to start reserve players and youth players in the Capital One Cup, just to get them some extra first team experience. And we got off to a great start here against Sheffield Wednesday. Tello racing free, absolute pace of love from him, and he rifles it into the top corner in just the 10th minute to give us an early 1-0 lead. Eric Lamela was the player, able to break free down the right hand side and just slot it into his path. He always was going to have the pace to get away from everyone, and Lamela here had a chance of his own. Unfortunately can't quite squeeze that across keeper into the bottom corner, but it was a decent effort, and we went in at half time at 1-0. Wasn't the most exciting of first halves, but we were definitely on top. And no real surprises anywhere else in the Capital One Cup so far. Newcastle drawing with Middlesbrough. Arsenal slimly leading Bradford 1-0, which is a turn up for the books considering what happened earlier this season. But so we move into the second half, and Eric Lamela with a absolute beauty into that top left-hand corner off the post. Wonderful goal. I really didn't expect that to come from him at all. I didn't know he had that in his locker, but a nice Ronaldo chop here to get away from the defender. Then it just gets the ball out of his feet and hits it, and it flies into that top left corner off the upright. And that gave us a very nice 2-goal cushion. But then just after the hour mark, Wednesday kind of came into the game a little bit more. They broke down the right hand side here with Antonio. I don't know what Kieran Westwood was doing there. I really don't. Clearly, we've seen Simon Mignolet do that quite a bit last season. Maybe it's something to do with the goalkeeping training, I'm not sure. But neither of them seem to be very competent when it comes to coming and claiming crosses. And Westwood does a Superman underneath it. Gary Medine is able to get to the free ball and head it into the back of the net, but then it was their turn to do some defensive stupidity, maybe, perhaps you might call it. And in the 90th minute, Adrian, great technique actually to open the face of his body there and get it into the far bottom corner. But then Wednesday just kind of fell apart in stoppage time. I don't know whether they gave up with that goal, but we pick up a corner here, still further deeper into stoppage time, and it is Juan Jesus who rises up above the rest to pop that into the back of the net to give us a convincing 4-1 victory, which probably flattered us, to be completely honest. Those 2 goals at the end just kind of ruined Wednesday off, but they never really threatened at the top, but again they never really looked that weak at the back, so I guess a 2-1 victory would have been more suited to the game itself. But we come into back to the Premier League. We do have Fulham away in this one, obviously coming in the back league form. We beat United, we beat Spurs, and we drew with West Brom thanks to two goals from them in the last 5 minutes. So I really wanted to get back to winning ways in this one, and we were unfortunate not to go ahead there early on in the 5th minute. The header from the corner is well, not even saved by the goalkeeper. It went past the goalie, but there was a man on the line, and then this was just absolutely scrappy defending. It was awful. Nice touch of class there from Damien Duff with a back heel. Fortunately, Brian Ruiz put the ball past the post, but that was a really scrappy piece of play. And then we pushed forward about 5 or 6 minutes before half time, and Nathaniel Klein breaking free, not bad from the right back, and a great save from David Stockdale. Great reaction save from the left foot of our right back, pushing forward, and then the corner comes in, Zuma goes up, and unfortunately he isn't as accurate as he was earlier on with the header, so it does stay 0-0, and we push it into the second half. Gary Medel showing great feet and a great touch to get away from the defender, to get it inside of him, push into the box and then get a good shot away, but it is well saved. And then 20 minutes from time, Nelson Oliveira breaks away here, edge of the box, probably could have taken that a little bit further, so it wasn't the nicest of efforts, but again a defensive mistake, and this time we capitalise. Nelson Oliveira slots the ball across the keeper into that far post, into the side netting, and that does give us a 1-0 lead late on, and I was hoping we could hold on to that. And we caught him on the counter-attack here just 5 minutes from time. Adam Yates is going to cut inside with a nice Ronaldo chop to get away from the defender. Another Ronaldo chop to get away from the third defender. Stands it up to the back post. Tello really should have just squared it in hindsight. I was just a little bit greedy, thought I'll just shoot, I can score here. The first shot was well saved, and then I really should have just knocked it back to the man that was waiting, but didn't. So we unfortunately weren't able to capitalise there and get a goal, but never mind, we do take a 1-0 win, and then it is time for Sunderland Football Club to play in the Champions League. We're coming up with a full first team this time against Ajax. Very tough opposition. Isaacson, Alderweireld, CM de Jong, Ryan Babel, Christian Eriksen. It was a really, really strong Ajax team, and we started off half decently. A couple of good chances. Nelson Oliveira there drawing a good save from the goalkeeper, and then Seb Larsson whips in the corner, and we can't quite get on the end of it. But Ajax, to be completely honest, really did play some absolutely wonderful football. Larsson here breaking down the right hand side, just going to whip in a decent cross, and Christian Tello. That speaks for itself. What a screamer! That's the first overhead kick I think we've scored in this career mode, and that was an absolute beauty. I couldn't believe he'd done that. I didn't even realise he was actually able to do that. But on his own in the box, all he needed to do was just slot it, and he pops up with that overhead kick. I was like, you absolute lovely little man. But yeah, Ajax plays some really, really nice football, and you'll see this move here straight after kick-off after we've scored. Ryan Babel keeps possession well. They're holding it away from the right back. Slots it inside. Sien de Jong is going to play a nice 1-2 here with Eriksen, and then he plays it through to Schöne. Plays it back to Christian Eriksen and puts it into the back of the net. So we went 1-0 up in the 20th minute, and then just 2 minutes later with that gorgeous move, Ajax were able to put it back to 1-1 in the 22nd. So we went in at half-time level, but I was pleased to an extent with being on level terms, because like I say, they were really, really strong. Very, very good outfit. We haven't really come up against too much of a struggle recently in the Premier League with the team playing great football against us, other than say Man City last season. But obviously in the Community Shield we were able to combat that. Unfortunately, there we couldn't quite. Yates couldn't quite get that past Isaacson. He's like 6'6", and all he just needed to pluck it out of the air rather than actually having to dive for it. But yeah, Ajax were just a class above. It really was. I don't know how he missed that. How has he missed that? Open goal, smashes it off the post. Chance to put them 2-1 up. But anyway, yes, I will say this. They are a very, very good side. Nice 1-2 here. I'm still not getting the point now. Oliveira breaks free. 5 minutes from time. Slams it into the back of the net, and we take a 2-1 lead. We are back in front. That's his 6th goal in all competitions, as you can see, and an absolutely wonderful season from him so far. He's really on form, and another bit of scrappy play. We saw some scrappy play from in this Fulham game, and then literally again 2 minutes after going 1-0 or 2-1 up, going in front, shall we say, Ajax were able to pull it back to level terms, so we do take a point at home against Ajax in our first Champions League game, which overall, considering the standard of football they were playing, I was very, very pleased. If the rest of the group is like this against FC Basel and Sevilla, look at the amount of shots they had. 18 shots, 8 on target. We were lucky actually to come away with a point from that, but they were a very, very good side, like I say. So hopefully we can build on that in Europe and get decent results against FC Basel and Sevilla. You can see Sevilla beat Basel in Switzerland 2-1 in the opening game, so they will sit top of the group. Then ourselves and Ajax in 2nd and 3rd, and obviously Basel bottom because they lost. So that is how we're going to leave this one then, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please do leave the video a like if you could be so kind. That would be amazing. Obviously you can see coming up we do have Reading, and then tough game in the Capital One Cup against Manchester United. I am still going to, even though we've got like a really hard opposition, I'm still going to, stick to my guns and play the kids and the reserve players. It's going to give them a chance to shine, shall we say. So hopefully they can do the business for us next time out. As you can see, we're 2nd, Ajax are 3rd. I'm not really too sure why. I think Ajax should be 2nd on alphabetical, but never mind. That is going to wrap this one up again, guys. I'm going to end it here. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.